Get high rapper, the man hour. You already know. It's live. It's raw. It's going down. Like this. I'm going around and letting everybody know that they welcome to the show. It's the latest thing you ever seen, you already know. Let me introduce you to your host of the hour. It be Mike and Mike. Yeah, it's the man hour. Got the hottest plays, all the breaking news. Every rumor, every trade, every breaking bruise. Tighten knuckle screws. Yeah, it's going down. Had you saying what the fuck and never watered down. It's going down. I'll be rolling up. And if you buy it or you sell it, then you made the cut. Watch me flip it back. I can double up. I got sriracha for that ass, I'ma burn it up. Gotta check the rules and know that it be fair foul. Rep blow the whistle, coach throw the towel. We can do this on the field, outside the lines. It's the man hour though, now we going live.
And what is up, everybody? Michael Buckhush here with the man hour after hours with the other host, Brandon Combs, Bear fans.
Look, we gotta get some new music on this, man. Because it keeps saying Mike and Mike, host of the hour. Look, this ain't no Mike LeBlanc stuff. We ain't gonna talk about I'm a Cowboys fan, but I'm gonna wear an Aaron Rodgers jersey.
Mike's going crazy in the background. Joke's on you, Mike. We cannot hear you until I bring you on. But we do have some special guests on tonight. We do have Mike LeBlanc from the real Mike and Mike Man Hour. What's up, man?
I am not a special guest. Mike. I'm the other Mike.
Special.
Special is right. And we also got another guy on tonight. The man, the myth, the legend himself, Wyatt Williams. What's up, Wyatt?
What's up, guys? Glad to be here.
Man, it is, man, we kind of got the pre-show kind of went off the rails real quick, so I'm kind of wondering how the show is going to go on the back. Let's be flat out honest about that, guys.
You gotta be quick, though, right? Doesn't Wyatt gotta get to bed for school tomorrow?
Wow. Shots are already being fired, but
hey,
at least
here, as soon as we're done, I'm going right to bed.
So Wyatt is a Packers fan, Brandon is a Bears fan, so we already got that kind of rivalry going on here. Mike's a closet Packers fan, and I'm going to root for the Packers over the Bears every day of the week. Like, let's be totally honest about that 100%. But
that's just because you're a closet everything.
I'm coming out of the closet eventually.
So you might as well come out. Fuck it. You like balls on your chin. I mean,
shit. Well, why not? They're there. You might as well use them, right?
That's how he got the stutter.
No, how I got the stutter was because I kept getting smacked. This is going left real fast tonight, and I am kind of excited, guys. So if you guys are most inclined, head over to mikeandmikemanhour.com. Pick yourself up some merchandise. We got some hats, hoodies, and beanies over there as well. But if you don't want any of that stuff, we have some stickers, or you can pick us up, just drop a donation as well. But one of the easiest ways to support all of our shows is head to our YouTube page, youtube.com/mikeandmikemanhour. Hit that subscribe button, hit the bell, and also head over to TSS Sports. Hit that subscribe button as well. They finally hit the 100 subscription mark. And
or you can just find me on Facebook, and you can, tell me how much I sexy up the show.
We're on radio.
Maybe
Mike.
you get a little bit closer to that mic.
So you can talk like this and get real down low. All right, so guys, let's get into the first topic tonight. So as we said off show, we were kind of prepping for the show, and Brandon thinks that Jameson is more or less greater than Drew Brees. 12 is greater than 9, right? Like when it comes down to it, as Wayne G would say, as he jumps ship. But nonetheless, Brandon, tell me why Jameson is better than Drew Brees. Floor is all yours for 5 minutes.
It's Jameis, and it's Jameis Winston. It's not Jameson. Jameis Winston.
It should be Jameson. It's always good for his drinking whiskey.
He would infinitely make this offense better because for two reasons. One, they have a very depleted offensive line. And Jameis Winston, and I get it, everybody wants to talk about the interceptions. The interceptions this, the interceptions that. I understand he threw a lot of interceptions last year in Tampa Bay. But that was not the norm for him. The norm for him is actually half of that. He had a bad season with the interceptions, but he also threw for 5,000 yards, the only quarterback in the NFL to throw for 5,000 yards and 30-plus touchdowns. This man, right now, he knows how to lead an offense, and he can scramble. That's what the Saints need. They need a guy who can, with his legs, make the plays. And that is not what Drew Brees is anymore. Drew Brees Granted, he's still completing 70% of his passes, but 70% of his passes are 100% of the passes that are within 15 yards. He can't go downfield anymore. Without Michael Thomas, he's proven that offense is weak. That offense doesn't scare you anymore like it used to. But with Jameis Winston at the helm, they've got a better chance to pull this thing together. They got a better chance to go out and make a run at this division with the Tampa Bay Bucks, because you have to game plan better when you go against the New Orleans Saints. You don't have to just stack the box and go against Kamara and force Brees to beat you with no weapons downfield. With Jameis Winston, it adds an extra element and it opens that offense up. He would absolutely be a better starter right now for the New Orleans Saints than Drew Brees, even though they are 4-2. I'm telling you right now, Jameis Winston brings a different dynamic to that offense, and that Drew Brees at his age has slowly declined ever since 2016. He can no longer bring that dynamic that he used to bring.
Wyatt, let him have it. Go ahead, boss.
Oh my gosh. Jameis Winston better than Drew. I don't even know where to start. I mean,
my W.
Bizarre. That would be
my W.
Saying something along the lines of, if we were talking about the greatest of all time to play basketball, that'd be something along the lines of you saying that Scottie Pippen is better than Jordan. Like, that's how crazy this take is.
Shut up, Buck.
Shut the fuck up, Buck.
That's how crazy this is. I mean, Drew Brees, that's who we're talking about here. Drew Brees, a Hall of Famer. Yep. Last year was a top 5 passer. I mean, he's Drew Brees. Like, I don't know what else needs to be said other than just
nothing else to be said. I mean,
Drew Brees also can't escape. He can't escape the pocket, and this offensive line does not have the talent to go up against these really good defenses and protect him. They just don't.
James escapes the pocket. When
they were down against the Lions 2 weeks ago.
Yep.
Who won that game for him?
It wasn't Michael Thomas. Let me give you a hint.
It wasn't Michael Thomas.
They're not going to have Michael Thomas for a little while, as what we can see.
No.
Answer the question.
Answer the question. Who won that game for them?
To be honest with you,
Drew?
completely honest with you, I didn't watch that game.
It was Drew Brees. Drew Brees won that game for them. Look,
how did Drew Brees win the game?
We talked about on our show earlier today, right? When that offense, the offense is slow to start, but when that game's on the line, that offense starts clicking, and so does Drew Brees. And Drew Brees is a field man. He is a field general. When Drew Brees is on the field, you always have a chance to win. Because the reason why they are 4-2 is because of Drew Brees. Putting Jameis Winston in, you're not looking at a 4-2 team. You're looking at another Cowboys team at 2-4.
I don't even know if they'd have a win because Michael Thomas hasn't played.
Yeah, I mean, Jameis Winston, yes, you are right. He threw for 5,000 yards last season because that's all they did was pass. Yeah. That's it. They never ran the ball. They ran the ball 12 to 15 times a game last season. They put it all on his shoulders to do it. So he forced passes. And you know what? He got lucky because he had Mike Evans going up for 50-50 balls. He got very, very lucky last season. And a lot of those 5,000 yards were yak yards. Those are yards after the catch. They weren't because Jameis Winston was throwing bombs downfield. It was just like you were talking about. Those 15 to 20-yard passes that Drew Brees is 70% completion on. I mean, what we're talking about here, Drew Brees, you can't even put Scottie Pippen to Michael Jordan. You're comparing fucking John Stockton to Michael Jordan at this point. Like this is fucking Drew Brees, probably one of the most underrated quarterbacks in the NFL.
No.
Yes.
First of all, he's not underrated.
Yes,
how is he not underrated? You're saying
he does not get the attention that Peyton Manning gets. He does not get the attention that Tom Brady gets.
Yes, he does.
No, he does not.
Yes, he does.
Okay, hang on. Timeout, Brandon. How is he not getting the attention that the other guys are getting? You are talking about placing a Hall of Famer with a backup quarterback. Okay, like I said earlier today on a show, I said Gardner Minshew is the worst starting quarterback in all of NFL. If Jameson were to start, he would be the worst starting quarterback in all of NFL. That is just the way it is. Jameson Winston is not a good quarterback. The only reason why he threw for 5,000 yards was because they're playing from behind so freaking much. If Jameis Winston was starting for the New Orleans Saints,
the reason why he threw 30 interceptions.
Because he was forcing the ball down the field to get 5,000 yards? Congratulations.
Why? Because they were down so much. That defense last year was not helping them out.
But exactly like Wyatt said. He caused them to be down. He's throwing picks every game. How many pick sixes did he have last season?
Too many.
13.
13 pick sixes. 13.
Yep. How many games do they play in a season, just out of curiosity?
So he threw that's a good one. But he threw 30 interceptions, and they still won 8 games. They were still an 8-8 team.
Who they play last year?
The 30 interceptions was the aberration in those numbers. The 5,000 and the 30-plus touchdowns, that's the trend for Jameis Winston. Look at the numbers. That's his trend. He throws for that many yards, and he throws for that many touchdowns. He does not always throw for that many interceptions. So you cut those interceptions in half, which is his norm. 14 to 15 interceptions a season is his norm. You put that in with this Saints offense, and I'm just telling you, it's a different dynamic. Then again, what the hell do I know about quarterbacks? I'm a Bears fan. We've never had one in my entire life.
Point proven there, Mr. Nick Foles fan. But let's flash back to 2019 and look at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers schedule. Yes, they play the Steelers. So this is flashback to this last year. They beat the Browns by 1 point. A horrible Browns team. The worst Brown team I've ever seen in my life. Then they beat the Cardinals. Not a very good team last year either. Then they beat the Falcons, a shit team, right? The Colts were okay. We'll give you that win there.
Wait.
Colts
Are
were
you
awful
talking about
last
the
year.
Colts at the beginning of the season or towards the end? Because the beginning of the season, everybody was talking about Jacoby Brissett was the truth.
This was December Colts, so they were on their
they
down.
were already shit. Okay.
Yeah. And then they beat the Falcons again last game of the season. They beat the Lions. They beat the Jaguars. And that's it. Wow. Tough schedule they had there. Oh, sorry. They beat Miami to make it 8. Tough schedule there.
No playoff teams.
No.
You can't help who's on your schedule, right?
But you can help by throwing 30 interceptions.
But you can still beat the teams that are in the
schedule.
NFC South that are crazy good. Like the Saints last year that were goated. 2 losses to the Saints.
No, man. Comparing to say that Jameis Winston would be better for the Saints than Drew Brees.
Right now, Jameis Winston is a better fit for that system than Drew Brees is because of Drew Brees' age and the fact that he can't escape the pocket. He gives them a different dynamic. I understand that they're 4-2.
Let me ask you a question. Okay.
But you look at other teams that have good records. Look at the Rams. They're 5-2. Who they beat? The NFC East and the Bears.
No, I get that. Oh, wait. What did you say? The Bears.
Are the Bears good now, or are they still
bad? I mean,
the Bears are what are the Bears right now? 5-2.
They are 5-2.
The worst 5-2 team in the league.
As a Cowboys fan.
Hey, I recognize my team as fucking hot garbage.
They're still a playoff bound team, though. Are the Bears?
No, they're not.
How are they not?
But the Giants are not a playoff bound. The Cowboys are not a playoff bound team.
They only need three more wins.
We're in the hunt. We're in the hunt.
That division is the Eagles' division to lose, and the Redskins are the only team that can give them a fit in that division race.
It's the Redskins' division to lose. You're totally wrong on that one. Wrong again. So
yeah, the Redskins are
actually we're all wrong because the Redskins don't play football no more. It's the Washington football team.
Yeah, whatever. Sorry,
we call them the Redskins over here because we're old.
Not skins. There you go.
So the fucking Redskins are getting shit together right now. You could tell when they played the Cowboys, that offense, Kyle Allen was really starting to get shit together. I mean, it's not saying much because it was the Cowboys defense, and the Cowboys defense is fucking atrocious. But that defense, you could definitely tell that defense is really firing on all cylinders.
So, Brandon, let me ask you this question. You are a Jameis fan, my bad, Because I believe you said he's a top 10 quarterback in all the NFL, right?
He is a top 10 quarterback in the NFL right now.
Okay, so
Stop
as
it.
a top 10
Stop
quarterback in the league, let's look at the 2 losses that the Saints have on the season. They lost to the Las Vegas Raiders at Las Vegas, and then they lost to the Packers at home. Does Jameis
Winston? They still lose the game to the Packers. I still believe, as much as I hate to say it, especially with Wyatt listening, I still believe the Packers are the best team in the NFC right now. So the Packers are the best team in the NFC, so they probably still lose that game, but they beat the Raiders.
They beat the Raiders at opening up Allegiant
Mike
State Stadium.
LeBlanc, put that damn jersey down. You what? Such a typical
Fly high,
Cowboys
baby.
fan. Oh,
Let 'em
my
run.
team sucks. Oh, let me go. Oh, let me get a Packers jersey.
No.
They're really good right now.
No, I've been on record, sir. I have been on record even before this season started, sir, that I am a Packers fan also.
Closet.
You
Packers fan.
can't be. Get
I'll
him.
gladly take you, Mike.
Mute his mic. Get him off the show. Do whatever you got to do. You cannot be a Cowboys and a Packers fan.
So hey, so
Oh my God.
let's.
I've liked the Packers ever since Brett Favre.
I've liked the Packers ever since they were good. Get the frick out of here.
But they're
I've
always
always-
good year in and year out. So get out of that crap. So let's look at the Saints' schedule moving forward. They play at Bears, at Bucks, 49ers, Falcons, Broncos, Falcons, Eagles, Chiefs, Vikings, Panthers.
Ooh.
If you guys could pull up that schedule onto your computer, and let's pretend for a second here, Michael Thomas does get traded because our man Jameson says, "Did you all hear that Michael Thomas is on the trading block?" And yes, I did hear that. If you're in the chat talk group, you would know that.
It's not just his ankle, but I guess they've also suspended him low key.
I mean, there's some
He was fighting
internal.
with a player.
Yeah, there's some. It's the same thing with Earl Thomas. That's why they got rid of Earl Thomas. I think it's the same situation.
So let's say the Saints are without Michael Thomas moving forward. Jameis Winston is the quarterback, traveling to Soldier Field to take on the Bears at 4:25 on Fox on November 1st. Brandon, who wins that game?
With Jameis Winston at quarterback?
Yeah, these are always Jameis Winston at quarterback right now.
The Saints would win that game because the Bears have trouble with mobile quarterbacks.
But the Bears have the best defense in the NFL besides the Steelers.
They do, but the Bears just have trouble with mobile quarterbacks. That's why the Bears are going to struggle. When they go to I can't think of their schedule right now. But they've got a couple of mobile quarterbacks coming up that they're going to have trouble with. I think the Saints in the next 3 weeks is actually the Bears' most winnable game with
Mike,
Drew Brees. But with
who wins
Jameis
that game?
Winston at
Winston
quarterback, I would
starting
think the
this
Saints.
game against the Bears.
Yes, without Michael
Bears-
Thomas.
Bears win 14-3. Jameis Winston throws 3 picks, 2 pick sixes.
No.
Something like that, yeah.
What? Yeah,
I got Chicago. I mean, I'm a Packers fan. I should be saying that Chicago would lose, but especially if Jameis is at quarterback. I mean, if Drew's at quarterback, I'll take the Saints. But I mean, if Jameis Winston's at quarterback,
Here's why the Bears
pretty much
beat
anybody.
Drew Brees is the same way why the Bears beat Tom Brady and the Buccaneers is because the Bears do such a great job of pass rushing that you can't have a quarterback that can only do a 3 or 4 step drop and throw the ball. The Bears are going to eat that alive.
I got you on that, but also Winston had receivers to throw to, right? The Saints no longer have Michael Thomas. Who is he going to throw to? Taysom Hill, Alvin Kamara out of the
check down
backfield?
routes.
I mean,
Some more check down routes and some screens.
He's got
Yeah,
nobody.
I get it that there's no weapons in New Orleans. I understand.
okay,
that.
so
But Drew Brees is winning with no weapons.
exactly. That's exactly where my point is going. Drew Brees can throw receivers open. Winston can't. Winston
have they
hasn't
beat?
learned how to
Who
trust
have
the
they
system.
Drew
other than
Brees
the
throws
Buccaneers?
defensive backs open.
Other than the Buccaneers, you guys are all about, who did they beat? Well, they beat the Lions, whoop-de-doo. They
10 and
beat the
6.
Chargers, whoop-de-doo.
5-11.
They beat the Panthers, whoop-de-doo.
5-11.
They've got one good win on the season, and it was opening night, and it was Tom Brady with his first game with no preseason with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Okay. You can say the same thing about the Bears, though. Like the Bears beat the Bucks when they're down 3 receivers on a Thursday night.
I don't disagree with you. I don't disagree with you whatsoever. But I'm telling you that the Saints are not going to finish this schedule here. I've got them losing to the Bears. They're going to lose to the Bucks, and this is all with not hypothetical with Jameis Winston. This is with Drew Brees at quarterback, because they're not going to switch from Drew Brees to Jameis Winston, because you don't do that to Drew Brees. But
why?
You're going to lose to the Bears. You're going to lose to the Buccaneers. You're probably going to lose to the 49ers the way they're playing football right now. You'll beat the Falcons. You'll beat the Broncos. You'll beat the Falcons again. The Eagles will probably give you a good test. You're going to lose to the Chiefs. You're going to probably beat the Vikings. And you might – the Panthers game just depends on what it's for you. I've got them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5-5 to finish the season.
Okay, so that puts them at 9-7 to finish out the season, playoff bound.
Correct.
9-7.
9
you're
and 7
saying
is not getting you in the playoffs.
Yes, it is. With that extra spot, it guarantees going to get you in there, 100%.
In the NFC, 100%.
In the NFC right now, where you've got, let's see here.
You've got the Packers, Tampa, Seahawks,
Ravens,
1, 2,
Steelers.
Buccaneers, the Cardinals, the Rams, the 49ers.
So those teams that you just rattled off, the Seahawks, 49ers, and Cardinals are all going to eliminate each other. There's only going to be probably 2 teams out of that division to make it, giving space for the Saints to slide in there.
Yep.
Okay.
Saints will be a wild card in the playoffs.
So with Drew Brees, you had them going 9-7. With, let's say, hypothetically, Winston gets in there, right? Drew Brees gets hurt versus the Bears because the pass rush is so dominant. He gets hurt in the second quarter. Winston comes in. Are they 9-7?
Let me put that evil on Drew Brees.
Well, I mean, it happened to Andy Dalton, I guess, but whatever. So, are the Winston and the Saints 9-7?
No, because I think that with Winston at quarterback, I think that they can beat the 49ers, and I think that they would definitely beat the Bears. So I give them 2 more wins with Jameis Winston than I do with Drew Brees.
So
because of the way that those guys, the way those teams, their front 7 and the way that they go at quarterbacks that sit in the pocket is what I'm saying. Jameis Winston makes more happen than Drew Brees does. You guys can say it till you're blue in the face, but you're not going to make me believe that a guy who sits in the pocket is going to go up against these defenses and be able to beat them. I guarantee you're going to see Drew Brees get beat up against the Bears this week. And I guarantee you, I'm so sure that the Bears are going to win. I'm 110% sure the Bears win this game this weekend.
No.
Absolutely.
No.
So let me throw some stats at you.
Hold on, Buck. The Saints have 10 more games.
Yep.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
They with Drew Brees, they win against the Bears. I think they lose against the Bucks. They beat the 49ers. They beat the Falcons. They beat the Broncos. They beat the Falcons again. They beat the Eagles. They lose to the Chiefs, beat the Vikings, and they beat the Panthers. I only had them losing 2 games going down. 2 more games.
That's tough. You still have them going 11 or 12-4?
I still have them going 12-4. I mean, I do think they lose against the Bucks. I do think
they don't have enough to beat the Niners. They don't have enough to beat the 49ers right now.
Even though that Niners defense is coming back, and they've got a lot of players.
That Saints defense is atrocious.
It's not as bad as the Cowboys defense.
No, Jesus Christ.
So let me throw some stats at you here.
Bears offense isn't as bad as the Jets offense, so we're going to go 13-3.
No. The Saints offense is way better than the Jets defense. Come on now.
Now, are you ready for some real stats here? Okay. This is straight off Pro Football Reference here. So, Brandon, you keep saying that Winston adds a dynamic to the Saints, that he can scramble and move the pocket, yada, 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 right? Let's look by the numbers. Winston's completed percentage in the pocket the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 seasons that he was a Tampa Bay Buccaneer, under 60% in the pocket. When he rolls out of the pocket, outside the tackles, to the left, he is 22% completion passing rating when he rolls to the
percentage. Yes, but what happens when he takes off?
When he takes off, so he scrambles,
so
he does Lamar
to,
Jackson stuff.
You can't call off a completion percentage when you're on the run and completion percentage when you're in the pocket. It's always going to be worse when you're on the run, regardless.
So, but you are saying he adds a dynamic. You are saying he adds a dynamic to the team that he can move the pocket and complete passes outside the pocket, when clearly he cannot do that. Now you want to talk about rushing? Last year he had 250 yards rushing off of 59 attempts, 3 yards a carry. Does that add really a dynamic? Patrick Mahomes averages 6.6 yards a carry.
What was that? He had 250 yards rushing. That's 275 more than Drew Brees had.
Because that can't be correct. Let me pull that up. but I'm saying you are
Drew
trying
Brees
to
isn't taking off. It's something that you have to game plan for. As a defense, you have to take into account that Jameis Winston isn't just going to sit in the pocket. You don't have to game plan for that with Drew Brees.
So Drew Brees rushing last year, he had 9 rushes for 0 yards. So only 250 more yards. Calm down on that. But you are saying you have to game plan for this dynamic for somebody rolling out the pocket. Why?
I see
so
why
he can throw an incompletion or an interception.
How the hell does this guy really believe what he's saying right now? I see why Wyatt's eyes are saying everything for him. You don't even have to say why. I believe it because I watched the game and I believe that it's absolutely true. For the Saints offense to thrive and for the Saints offense to go back to being dynamic, they need somebody who can make plays happen. And
clearly, Jameis cannot make plays happen.
Drew Brees makes plays happen. What are you talking about?
What was Drew Brees' completion percentage on the run compared to in the pocket last year?
Drew Brees is not a scrambling quarterback.
Okay, that's what I'm trying to say.
He doesn't need to.
Go ahead, Wyatt.
The man
all-time passing yardage
is 70% completion rating.
I get it. The numbers are great, but the numbers are great.
You want him to be
he's also, how old is he now? 43?
Exactly, and he's 70%. He's better than,
and he's still better than
90% of the quarterbacks in the league.
All right, so because his name is Drew Brees, he's better than every other option that you got.
I'm not. He's better than fucking Jameis Winston
and Taysom Hill.
And Taysom Hill, yeah, for sure.
Wyatt, you got anything to add to this?
Like Buck said, hypothetically, if Jameis did come in and play out the rest of the season, at best, they finish off the year with like 7 wins. That is literally ceiling. Like that is if Jameis Winston comes out and plays the best football he's ever played with those wide receivers, at best, he walks away 7-9. That's the best. With Drew Brees, his best, like Mike said,
you're not going to get Drew Brees' best, though.
You're not Drew Brees outside the pocket. Drew Brees outside the pocket's 82.6%.
There you go.
Come on.
Boom.
5.3% of those misses were drops. So that's 88%.
How many attempts did he have?
How many attempts did he have?
Outside the pocket.
100 outside the pocket, 154. I'm sorry. This is this year. Last year he had 378. So actually,
outside the pocket, he had 378 attempts. I don't believe that at all. Yes. There's no way Drew Brees had 378 attempps outside the pocket.
When you throw for like 1,000 attempts in like in a season, yeah.
I mean, numbers don't lie. Numbers don't lie.
All right.
Pro Football Reference.
I mean, we're not going to see it anyway because they're not going to sit Drew Brees for Jameis. They're just not.
Because
even if
he's better.
Okay.
So you are telling me that what's his name? Sean Payton doesn't want to win. He doesn't want to put the best quarterback on the field. I don't care how much history you guys got. I am here to win football games. Are you telling me that he's not going to sit Drew Brees?
Hey,
They're,
you know what,
they're not
Brandon?
going to sit Drew Brees for the same reason why you guys can't get off Drew Brees.
Hey, you know what,
because
Brandon?
he's
I'll
Drew
give you
Brees.
this. Brandon, I'll give you this. And I said it on the show earlier today. I'll give you this. I think the Cowboys should go out and fucking trade for Jameis Winston, Jacoby Brissett, or this is just those two guys.
Trade him to the Bears. Oh, God, give me Jameis Winston.
All right, guys, let's take a quick little break, and we are going to talk more about the Dallas Cowboys since Mike wants to bring up the Cowboys, talking how awesome they have been
Jameis Winston
throughout.
on the Bears, they would beat the Packers for the division.
Bold
What
statement.
did he say?
Bold statement.
Wow.
Guys, we'll be right back
Packers
here.
will beat
What the fuck did he just say?
Guys,
They
we'll
won't
be
beat the Packers
right
one time.
back. Let me remove you guys. Mike and Mike, or after hours, we'll be right back, guys, after this. And welcome back to the Man Hour After Dark. We had to calm things down because Brandon was talking jibber jabber coming out of his mouth. But let's welcome back LeBlanc and Wyatt to the show, guys. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back.
Thanks for having me.
And first things
Thanks for
first.
having me to my own show. Appreciate
Yeah.
it.
So
Hold on.
Your show's the before dark. This is the man hour. This is the after dark. This is the stuff that you don't get to come on all the time.
So, hey, guys, while we're on break, a bold statement came across the screen here.
Yeah, well, hold on. Wait, before we even address what Jameson said.
Thank you, Jameson. Thank you, sir.
We're not just going to pass over what the fuck Combs said.
Yeah.
Look,
We know.
I don't even believe that, so don't worry about it.
Okay. Then we can pass over if you think.
Okay. I appreciate that.
As long as we have that play caller at the helm, the Bears aren't going to do much, no matter who's at under.
I don't
While
care
we
what
were
play
on a
caller
quick
you
little
have,
break.
They wouldn't beat the Packers.
While we were on a quick little break, Jameson, the real Jameson, please stand up, said Drew Brees' washed up has fallen over the cliffs, as they say. How has he fallen over the cliff when he's still 4-2?
Yeah, you need to put the crack pipe down. Hey, Jameson, you've probably been staying up a little too late with your newborn, and your brain's kind of foggy.
Because he's Drew Brees, and he's only averaging 280 yards a game. Like, that's not Drew Brees numbers. That for Drew Brees, like you guys are saying, 280 and 2 touchdowns a game is falling off the cliff for Drew Brees.
So
Am I wrong?
You are a little bit wrong because Drew Brees has never been about
Again,
himself
you
or
can say,
stats.
is he winning games? Yes, they're 4-2, but who have they beaten?
Who have
Other than the Bucks, who have they beaten? A bunch of non-playoff teams. Like
whatever
you keep saying-
they have beaten the Division North or the NFC North Championship, the Detroit Lions.
Get the hell out of here with the NFC North champion Detroit Lions.
They beat
That
the
take
Bucks.
worse. Oh my God!
You need to stop riding that train, bud.
They beat the Chargers, a very, very good Chargers team.
No.
What do you mean? Hold on.
The Chargers are 1-5.
The best 1-5 team I've ever seen. Yeah. Man Hour, guys. Mike and Mike, manhour.com. Head over there, pick us up some merchandise.
Wyatt, just so you know, Michael Buckeister is, before the season started, he came out with a running backs list, and he had King Henry as the 7th-ranked running back behind Miles Sanders and Le'Veon Bell.
I'm going to tell you why the Chargers are the best running back.
Now all of a sudden, my Jameis Winston take isn't so bad, huh?
And he's a
I don't
top
know.
10 quarterback.
I'd say that's near as bad, honestly. It's close.
Okay,
It's close.
Wyatt, you want to throw shots? Who are your top 10 running backs in the NFL?
Oh, okay. So one right now. Okay, are we talking about like at this moment healthy playing or like just
We'll say going into the 2020 season because that's what I was basing
going into
it
the
off
2020
of.
season? My running backs. Okay, so one was CMC, of course.
No, that's
2 was Alvin Kamara. I love Alvin. I have for a long time. 3 was gonna be Zeke. Honestly, 2 is interchangeable with Zeke and Kamara. Either one could be.
The numbers tell you that Zeke is 1. Let
him finish. Let him finish.
I was with you because I wanted to find all sorts of reasons why Zeke wasn't number 1, and then I looked at the numbers and I just couldn't do it. The numbers are that good.
I don't know. I love CMC, man. The fantasy production He's ridiculous.
This
took
isn't
him in my
fantasy.
number
This is
one.
real life, though.
Yeah, this is real life.
No,
This is
no,
not
I know.
fantasy.
And,
We
Buck,
know
stop telling
you-
people it's real life. Miles Sanders at number 4.
We know you young kids like to live in fantasy land, but this is real life. In real life,
And,
I mean, even though it didn't show this season because we've got an atrocious line, I still think Zeke is one of the best running backs in the league.
Zeke
For
is
sure.
by far the best running back in the
Yeah.
league when you just look at the numbers.
Yeah.
By far. It's not
and
even
you could
close.
argue him at number one. I wouldn't say you were wrong if you had him at number one, honestly. I could put him at number one. Honestly,
All right.
1, 2, and 3 is so interchangeable.
Where do you have King Henry?
Henry's going to be 4. Aaron Jones is going to be 5.
Oh, God.
What?
You had to throw a Packer in the top 5, huh? Just
Hey.
to get a Packer in there?
He is ridiculous. I'm an all-around running back. Look at him. He runs the ball well. He catches the ball well. He blocks for Aaron Rodgers amazingly, possibly the best blocking running back in the league. Did you see Zeke get jacked this weekend?
God, I hope Aaron Rodgers gets a fucking concussion this week.
Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth.
Tears an ACL. I mean, they're handing those things out like candy.
Kick his
Can
ass
we
off
get
the
Aaron
field
Rodgers
right
an
now.
ACL, please?
Wow.
Wow, you would wish an ACL tear on somebody?
It's terrible,
On
man.
The Bears
every
are going
Packer
5-11
on
for
the
sure now.
field. On every Packer on the field, I wish for an ACL.
That's horrible, man. Why would you wish for
That's-
injury on somebody?
It's the Bears fans.
I
man.
hope
They're
your
low.
kicker hits the upright every game from here on out.
I hope we go get the kicker from Rice. It takes talent to hit the upright 4 times in one kick.
Okay, so you had Christian McCaffrey. Who was
Yeah.
number 2?
Alvin Kamara.
Alvin Kamara. And you
He's
had
gonna be-
Zeke,
He's going to be Zeke.
King Henry.
Then, yes, and
Queen
then
Henry.
5 was Jones. 6 is going to be Cook. 7 was Jacobs. 8 was
Where are you putting Barkley?
I totally forgot about Barkley. What am I saying?
Yeah, you forgetting Saquon Barkley, and there's another one you're forgetting about too.
Miles Sanders, Mixon, Carson.
Stop talking Miles Sanders, Buck.
Chubb? No.
I got Chubb.
I definitely have like Chubb and all of them back there. But Saquon, you're 100% correct. I completely missed Saquon. No, son is
Even though I hate the Giants, I gotta give
okay.
credit where credit's due.
Saquon.
I mean, if you want top backs, we're gonna go number 1, in my opinion, is Zeke. Number 1. Even though, what's happening this year is horrible. But the way he's playing, regardless of the fumbles that he's had, I still think Zeke is the number 1 running back in the NFL. Number 2, I'm going to go with, before he got hurt, I'm going to go with Saquon Barkley. I think Saquon Barkley is a
I'm just
beast.
going to throw this out there, LeBlanc. We only asked Wyatt for his top 10. We didn't really ask
Well,
him.
you know what? You gave my ball.
No, I need to make a correction still. I can't believe I forgot Saquon. Like, Saquon's my dude. I've
Out
had
of
him on
sight, out of mind.
It's because he's gotten hurt. Nobody's
Out
really
of
hurt.
sight, out of mind. Yeah.
Well, the
Just
biggest
like
problem for Saquon, I think, is
nobody's
just
really heard anything from him this season because he's hurt.
I mean, can you imagine what Saquon would be if he had an offensive line?
Yeah, I mean,
Just
yeah.
think about what he is now, and he doesn't have an offensive line. Like his offensive line is like if I threw a can of cheese out on the field and told him to block somebody.
Look
pretty
at that.
much.
There you go. And signed too.
Much
Look at
like
that.
Jeffersonville offensive line.
Yes.
That's a certified rookie signature, too, boys.
Ooh. Send that to
Where are
me.
you getting all these signatures at?
I'll hook
He
you up.
blows his way to the top.
Talk to me after the show. I'll hook you up.
Oh, you can't hook me up?
I don't like you.
I don't like your ass either.
All right, guys. So let's go ahead and transition a little bit. Let's talk a little bit of Dallas Cowboys here. Obviously, we know that Dak got hurt, dislocated his ankle with a compound fracture. Andy Dalton went down with a concussion. Third quarter, and we had a seventh round draft pick quarterback come into play that pretty much just shit the bed. Do the Cowboys make a trade for a quarterback with the trade deadline being 5 days away?
No.
Mike, go ahead.
No, I don't. I don't think they make I think they stick with Andy Dalton. They've got DiNucci and Garrett Gilbert.
Andy Dalton's dead.
Andy Dalton is not dead. Calm down. they ride it out with Andy Dalton. I do think that either they go get some secondary help before the trade deadline, or they add to the offensive line. I mean, you almost I mean,
why don't you go get Fitzmagic on a 1-year rental deal?
No.
This is a very winnable division, and with Fitzpatrick, you're way better than you are with Andy Dalton.
Jameson, stop with that bullshit about signing Colin Kaepernick. The motherfucker has not played football in 5
He doesn't want to play football.
He's fucking he's washed up. He's done.
Kaepernick doesn't want to play football.
Let's just move right along. No,
Yep.
I think they go get offensive line help. And here's why. If they go get offensive line help, that helps Zeke, right? And that's who they really want to rely on going down the rest of the season. They want to ride Zeke because Andy Dalton still is not a –
But you help Zeke by getting you a viable quarterback. That's how you
I don't think so. I think Andy Dalton is still viable enough.
No,
he's got an arm. He can still throw the ball. He can sit in the pocket. But if you can get him some offensive line help and start running the ball, then that opens up the passing game too.
You want to talk about quarterbacks that are not very good? Andy Dalton is the top of that not very good list, man. Look, I'm telling you right now, Fitzpatrick or even go to the Jets. I mean, if the Jets are serious about getting this number 1 pick, you know they're going with Trevor. Go get yourself.
Yeah, but they've already said that they're not trading away Sam Darnold. So, and that's why I said before the break, like, if you're going to go out and go get a quarterback, go get Jacoby Brissett or go get Jameis Winston.
I like Brissett. I was literally just thinking about that. Honestly, if you're gonna trade for a guy, I'm gonna go with Brissett simply because I think he's just the best fit for Dallas. He's a lot like Zeke.
He's a lot like Dak Prescott. Yeah.
Huh?
He's a lot like He's a lot like Dak Prescott. I think he fits that scheme. He's got an arm. He's mobile enough like Dak was. But I don't think they go out and they go get a quarterback. I think they get offensive line help to help Zeke because that's really who they want to really catapult.
But no matter, you're going to have to get a whole lot of offensive line help if you keep Andy Dalton that quarterback.
No, not really.
All you have to do as a defense at that point is stack the box and make Andy Dalton beat you, and he can't beat you.
Yes, when you have the weapons like the Dallas Cowboys have, a quarterback, average quarterback can win a lot of games.
Yeah.
They just proved it this past weekend. Stack the box. All you have to do, Andy Dalton, if he's not dead, he's close to it. Like
that was a nasty fucking hit.
Combs, you have been watching
Combs,
you've been watching NFL football long enough. You know there is 1 or 2 games every NFL season where a team just forgets to show up. It doesn't matter who you're playing, you just forget to show up. The Dallas Cowboys forgot to show up last week versus the Washington football team. It happens.
How as the Dallas Cowboys can you forget to show up against anybody anymore? You can't afford that.
Every NFL team does it. Look at the Packers last year when they played the 49ers.
Look at them
they forgot to show up.
They played the Bucks.
They're just not that good.
Who?
They're not.
The Cowboys are not that good?
In my honest opinion, first thing I would do as a GM is I'd fire Mike Nolan. That defense is undercoached. It's not prepared, anything like that. And
First thing the Cowboys GM needs to do is fire himself.
Get Wade Phillips, who's sitting on the couch, who is a really good defensive coach, and bring him in.
Wade Phillips.
Fucking Nolan.
Wade Phillips is going to save my season.
Wade Phillips will save your season.
He's going to save our season.
I don't think he's going to save the season, but he's going to fucking have that defense better coached. Think about our front seven. We were supposed to have one of the best front sevens.
They just traded Everson Griffin. They're not going to be that good.
Where did they trade him to?
They just traded Everson Griffin to the Lions.
Wow.
Sixth round pick.
I mean, we still got Alden Smith. We got
I mean,
no, don't sleep on Alden Smith. Alden Smith is fucking a beast this season.
I would have to agree. I still think the Cowboys' front seven is still there. It is the fact that their back four, their corners and their safeties are just not that good.
The Eagles win this division at 6-9-1, and without a new quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys, the Washington Redskins are their only competition.
And I strongly disagree with that because the Dallas Cowboys are going to win that division because now Andy Dalton has gotten his feet wet. He will probably miss this week versus the Eagles. But then after the Eagles, they play the Steelers, Vikings, the football team, Ravens, Bengals. I mean, there's 5 or 6 wins coming up for the Dallas Cowboys in this
You
next.
said Steelers, Ravens, and you said 5.
Yeah, they play the Giants, Eagles, 49ers, Bengals, Redskins. Right there's 5 wins. 5 wins for them. That will put them at 7.
49ers.
That will put them at 7 wins.
They're not good enough to beat the Eagles. They're just not. The Eagles are a better team. Unless they trade for a quarterback. If they trade for a quarterback, it changes the entire complexion. But with Andy Dalton, exactly, Blake. The Eagles win this division. They win it at 6-9-1. I'm telling you.
How can they win it at 6-9-1 when the Dallas Cowboys are going to get 5 more wins on the season? That gives them 7 wins.
You're crazy, Buck.
Is 7 greater than 6? Yes or no?
Yes, but you're wrong.
So I'm wrong as the Cowboys getting 5 more wins?
Yes, you're wrong. They're not getting 5 more wins.
Who are they going to lose to out of those 5 teams that I just named?
They're definitely losing to the 49ers.
Okay.
Name the 49ers, though.
I would take the Eagles over them right now, too. The Eagles are starting to play better. Carson Wentz has played infinitely better over the last 3 weeks.
Okay. I will give you the Eagles this week, but the last weekend of December, the Cowboys beat them for first place in that division.
As long as Andy Dalton's the quarterback, I don't know. Honestly.
Exactly.
We
said it earlier in the season, back in August. We said Andy Dalton, Mike and myself said Andy Dalton was going to be quarterback by week 4 or week 5. We were spot on there.
Not that his freaking leg was going to be hanging like this.
Hey, we said he was going to be quarterback by week 4 or week 5, and with Andy Dalton, the Dallas Cowboys were a playoff-bound team, if not an NFC Championship game team.
Oh my God!
They are still on their way there. Do not let the Dallas Cowboys get confidence and make it into the playoffs. What?
I'm telling you, this is yes, no, it's.
I don't know about that.
There's a little thing in sports that is called confidence, Brandon. When you get confident, you play with a certain type of
you're
swag.
out of your damn mind.
You're like, hey boy, right?
I'm confident that you're out of your damn mind.
You give the Red Rocket a little bit of swag going into the playoffs. He's like, hey, motherfuckers, I've been here before. Get on my back. I'll lead you to the promised land. Oh, praise Andy Dalton. He's leading the Cowboys NFC Championship game.
Andy Dalton's been there before? When?
With the Bengals 3 or 4 times.
What?
Yeah,
are you talking about the championship game? Conference championship game?
The conference championship game?
No, he has never been there, but he's been to the playoffs and he's won a playoff game.
Okay. I was like,
look.
Buck, come on, man, I like you. What are you talking about?
The Cowboys have the Eagles next. I think the Cowboys lose that game. They lose to the Steelers
because Andy Dalton isn't playing.
They lose to the Steelers. I think they win against the Vikings, and I think they come back and they win against Washington. They lose to the Ravens. They beat the Bengals, and I think that Bengals game gives them a more of a confidence boost.
They don't beat
I actually think they beat the 49ers. They beat the Eagles and they beat the Giants.
Man, that's 8-8.
Mike.
I don't. But I mean, when you look at the Eagles schedule, though, look at the rest of the season for them. They got the Cowboys this week. I think that's a win. They play the Giants. That's a win. They play the Browns. I do think they'll come away with that one in a tight one. They play Seattle. That'll be a loss.
I think
I got Seattle. That game. Think so?
No.
I got Seattle. I got Seattle beating them. Then I have the Packers beating them.
Yep.
I have them beating the Saints.
Ooh.
I don't know. That's a tough one. They play the Cardinals after that.
Cardinals beat them.
I'll take Cardinals on that one. Then I'll take them against the Cowboys again, and I'll take them against Washington. I say Eagles win the division.
So you're giving them 7 wins, putting them at 9-6-1 on the season. That would clearly be enough to win the division. But listen here, let's say in this fantasy world that Wyatt likes to live in, let's say the Eagles do beat the Saints. There is such thing as a letdown after a big win, after a big opponent such as the Saints. Then they travel to Arizona and play them in a primetime game. That's going to be tough.
It will.
So I
think the Cardinals.
I still think they could win that game though. And if they come away with that, they got 10 wins on the year.
Did you just see what Arizona did to Seattle?
Here's the thing with Carson Wentz. He's not consistent. Carson Wentz is up and down, up and down.
He is consistently bad.
But see, the Carson Wentz that we saw in the first 3 weeks is not the same. Carson Wentz does not throw interceptions like he did in the first 3 weeks. Carson Wentz, he'll fumble the ball, but he does not throw a lot of interceptions.
No, honestly, I got to kind of go with you on that one. I think we'll see a different Carson Wentz from here on out. I really do.
He's been good the last 3 weeks. He's trending up in the last 3 weeks. He's got no help. I mean, you just
I don't think we'll see MVP Carson Wentz or anything close to that the Super Bowl year when he tore his ACL. But I think we'll see a different Carson Wentz for the rest of the year.
Was it Carson Wentz that was really making that team because Nick Foles stepped in and won the Super Bowl?
Yes, I believe the Eagles were
Carson
11-1 when he got hurt. If I'm not
Did
mistaken,
Carson get him there, or did the team get him there?
Carson was playing out of his mind that year. He was number one for.
Was it because of the help that he had around him? Because Nick Foles stepped right
Who
in.
did they have? Nelson Aguilar?
Nelson Aguilar was. Oh well, no. I mean, they had.
they had Deshaun Jackson still that year.
Yeah.
When he was healthy, not pulling hamstrings every other play.
I still think the Eagles win this division. I think it's closer to 6-9-1 or 7-8-1, something along
That's
those
crazy.
lines.
We're gonna have a 6-win team and win a division.
And they're going to get to host a
But we're
12-4 team or some shit like that in the playoffs. That's even worse.
So flashback to the Cowboys here. Mike says they're not trading for a quarterback here in the next few weeks to, can maybe catapult their season. Wyatt, do you think they go get a quarterback?
That's a tough one, honestly. I think they should. I definitely think they should because the season is still savable at this point. At this point, you can still make the playoffs. Anybody in the NFC East, even possibly the Giants at this point. I have no faith in any NFC East team. Anybody can win that division right now.
If they trade for a viable quarterback, they'll win 10 games.
If you get a guy like Brissett, I could see them beating out the Eagles. I really could.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I just don't know. I don't know if they'll make that reach to do that. I kind of agree with Mike on that one. I don't know if they will, but if they do, I think it could be a season-altering move because who is it now in there? Demitty, is that his last name?
Danucci.
Yeah.
It sounds like it belongs in like an Al Pacino movie. Hey, don't fuck with Danucci, he'll mess you up.
So guys, we are getting close to the hour here, and I am about to go get some DiCucci, but with sorry, I had to do that. But with that being said, why would the Cowboys even consider going after a quarterback like Jacoby Brissett? I mean, he's got to be over 30 by now because he's been with the Patriots for 3 or 4 years, and this is his 4th year with the Colts as well. So I mean, he's probably just as old as Andy Dalton, if I'm not mistaken.
I think he's 28 or 29.
Okay, so definitely
he's 5 steps above an Andy Dalton.
That is a total myth, Bear. But why? Like, if the Cowboys were really serious about possibly getting a quarterback, you would have to look up in the backup realms there. Look at maybe even Tyron Taylor from the Chargers.
I'm telling you right now, the Cowboys were going to go after a quarterback. They would have already did it by now.
Right.
Especially after Andy Dalton taking that nasty-ass hit. They would have went and got a quarterback this week. They're
because
not going to
in Red Rocket we trust.
When's the trade deadline this year? Is it after week 8 still?
November 3rd, I believe.
Six days away.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're going to go get. I'm telling you, they're either going to go get a secondary. They're going to go get somebody in the secondary, which could be Earl Thomas, or they're going to go get more offensive linemen.
So quickly before we head out, guys, the NFC East, we have been talking about them. We've been talking about the Dallas Cowboys. Let's go around the horn real quick. Who wins that division? Brandon, go ahead.
What division?
NFC East. Washington,
NFC East,
Dallas,
it's going to be the Eagles.
Wyatt.
Eagles.
Mike.
Barring some big trade for a quarterback, I got Eagles.
Barring some trade, barring some offensive lineman help, Washington.
And I like Washington too, especially if Alex Smith starts. Like I said, the Washington football team is a playoff-bound team with Alex Smith at starting quarterback.
They have the
How
best
horrible would it be
defense
for that owner to be able to say that his team's in the fucking God, I hate him.
You hate
Dan
Daniel Snyder? Why?
Yeah, dude, he's the worst.
What has he done?
Not just is he a bad owner, but he's a horrible human being. like this guy.
Because he wanted to keep. Explain to me this. Because he wanted to keep the name Redskins because you hate him?
No.
Was it because he had the hookers in his stadium?
Look at the helmet I got on my back. And you think I'm worried about the name Redskins?
Why is he such a horrible human being?
Dude, he's a freaking nasty human being. You know why he's a horrible human being. You want to get into it, we can get into it, but he's a horrible human being. and he's a horrible owner. That team, man, that team is a dumpster fire, and as an organization,
worse than Jerry Jones.
He's the only reason why Jerry Jones isn't the worst owner in the NFL.
Sorry, I got a trade alert. The Dallas Cowboys are interested in Alex Smith, and they're going to make a Super Bowl run.
Oh my God! Stop.
I'm kidding on that. But before we head out, who do you have in the Super Bowl? Wyatt.
Chiefs Packers.
Chiefs Packers. Mike.
See what I found? It's a actual photo of Alex Smith's leg.
Yeah. But if you look there, he can still plant, and he has that spring to really push the ball down the field.
In the Super Bowl, I've got the Packers and Steelers.
Combs.
I have got.
You want to go Green Bay.
No, I've got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and as much as at the beginning of the season I picked Bucks and Ravens in the Super Bowl before the season, but right now I would go Bucks and Pittsburgh.
That's exactly what Jameson has. I'm going to throw a curveball at y'all.
Pittsburgh's so good, man.
Are you ready for this?
Yeah, they really are.
Cleveland Browns and Green Bay Packers. Cleveland Browns are better without Odell Beckham Jr. And guys, that's going to be it for the Man Hour. As the two Jew boys decide to leave, Wyatt looks like he is frozen over there. So guys,
I'm Irish. I'm not
Browns,
Jewish.
are you serious?
yeah.
What
Super
happened
cereal.
was Wyatt's parents cut off the internet because it was after bedtime.
That is ridiculous. All right, guys, that is the Man Hour for tonight. Join Mike LeBlanc and myself tomorrow on the Mike and Mike Man Hour, 1 p.m. East Coast time, and Combs and myself Thursday, 10 p.m. East Coast time here on the After Hours, guys.
Cheers.
That'll be it for
fuckers.
tonight. Bye. Where's the button? There's it is.